In this video, we'll look at an English consonant sound, f. This sound is not present in the Bengali language and many other South Asian languages, as well as some other languages in all over the world. So people speaking those languages where this sound is not present have difficulty in pronouncing English words which contain the first sound. Now, this sound is an unvoiced sound, which means the sound is started from above the vocal cord. This is the vocal cord. It is started above the vocal cord. It's an unvoiced sound, and it is a fricative sound, which means that there's some friction caused. There's a articulators, two articulators, where there is a narrow gap between the two articulators and air is forced through that gap. And while the air is being forced out, there's a turbulence which sort of generates the sound. Now, in this case, the two articulators are the upper teeth and the lower lip, like that. So if we start the air from inside the mouth and force it out like this, with a gap in between the upper teeth and the lower lip, we will get this sound. And we can test by keeping our palm of the hand in front of us and feel the air. If we get the air, that means we are blowing correctly. It is like blowing the candles on your birthday cake. But remember that if you touch the two lips like this, you'll not get the f sound. You'll get a p sound, which many people do get, people who don't have the fricative f sound. So you must remember that you have to separate the two articulators, keep a gap in between them through which you will force out the air like this. In our case, the upper teeth and the lower lip. Blow out the candles. Okay, now we'll look at some English words which have the first sound at different positions, at the word initial, medial, as well as terminal position, so that we can pronounce the first sound wherever it appears in an English word. Fed. Fed, it is at word initial position. Fit. Fit. This is again at word initial position. Far. This is at word initial position. For. Look at my mouse. I'm keeping a gap between the two articulates, the upper teeth and the lower lip. Foot. Fat. In this word, selfish, the first sound comes in the middle, fish. Draft, here again, the first sound comes in the middle before the t sound, draft. In this, the first sound comes at the end of the word, fur, knife. Before. This is, the first sound is coming in the middle. Define, again, the first sound comes in the middle. Profit. Here, the first sound is in the middle. L-A-U-G-H, laugh. Here, the sound is again at the end of the word, laugh. Tough. The first sound is at the terminal position. Proof. The first sound is at the terminal position. chief. The first sound is at the terminal position. Chef, chef. C-H-E-F is chef. Fur is at the terminal position, and if is at the terminal position. So you know how to pronounce the first sound. You have to start the sound or the air from above the vocal cord and get your two articulators, the upper teeth and the lower lip, ready, and keep a small gap in between them and force out air through that small gap, which will create a turbulence which will generate the first sound. It is like blowing out the birthday candle. Now you can pronounce all English words: fed, fit, far, for, foot, fat, selfish, draft, knife, before, define, profit, laugh, tough, proof, chief, chef, and if. So now you know how to pronounce the first sound when it appears in any English word.